You might be asking yourself, Bernie, what are you standing in front of? I'm standing in front of a 2006 Mazdaspeed 6. It's got all-wheel drive, it's a 6-speed manual, and it's got a turbo. In 2006, it had 274 horsepower. Now, it probably has a fraction of that right now, and it also doesn't have brakes at all. The front brake pads are actually in the back seat, so that's why it's on the trailer. As far as I know, the clutch is good. As far as I know, the gears work. As far as I know, it's got an engine in it. One last thing, there wasn't any engine oil on the dipstick, so this should be fun. Let's get it home. It's 7 degrees outside. The rustiest Mazdaspeed 6 is in my garage. And I wasn't joking, the brake pads are in the back seat. Ah, you didn't need this. You didn't need that part. I mean, it's so rotted over there, right here. Right where the suspension hooks up too. It's pretty cool. We're gonna need to really check that out closely. I wasn't gonna record taking apart the other side, but oh man, that's a no good. That's a bad brake caliper for sure. You can feel it just doesn't even look like a brake rotor anymore. The pads are all covered in dried brake fluid. You can see the contamination. Bad. Baby wipes. Cheaper than Gojo wipes. Let's head to the junkyard. Today's haul from the junkyard. We got some Remand brand new brake calipers and pads for the rear, and some used 17-inch tires from a Mazda 6. 2 Mazda 6s actually. All right, I think I got all the parts I need to get this car running. I went as cheap as possible that I could go and be safe at the same time. For starters, I got these Power Stop Evolution brake pads for 30 bucks on Amazon. Next, I got front brake calipers. I paid 55 bucks for these front brake calipers off of O'Reilly's. Now the brake rotor situation has been interesting, and I found some online at a place called Brake and Equipment, which is local to me in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So I ordered the cheapest ones. They were $40 a piece, but something happened. Same part number, same boxes, front brake rotor. Box number 2, same part number. Rear brake rotor. 2 days later, this shows up. Not only did they send me a model, they sent me a t-shirt with the model on it. No and way. A Ray Besto's t-shirt. And Ray Besto's rotors. Hey dangways, let's get started. Whew. So I'm not going to bleed any of the brakes until they're all on. That's only mostly rusty. Living a way worse life now. Aw, mother. Gotta go through these. Oh my Hannah! Darn. Goodness! Torch time. There's one. so it's not going to be as easy. See that? Woohoo! You know what else works really well? Junkyard parts. Look at how nice that is. Junkyard brakes. Nice. Now the other side. So, just like the other one, fire and lube. That'd be my music album. That's gonna wake the kids up. You wanna see my new brake rotor I got? Check out this protective coating. It's called Rust. That's what you call the used car special. I'm gonna go wash my eyes out now. Look at that. Brand new brake pads. Brand new. Wow. Alright, after what seemed like an eternity of brake bleeding, my vacuum bleeder didn't work. My pneumatic vacuum brake bleeder didn't work because air would leak past the bleeder screw. Then my wife came out and we bled the brakes in like 15 minutes. So that was great. Right now we're gonna actually do spark plugs because the most valuable part of the car is the engine. Hopefully everything comes off this 200,000 mile untouched engine. That has a huge split in it. So we're gonna have to address that. Rad. Nice. Perfect. NGK iridiums, good spark plugs. That's plug number 1. No surprises, followed out. Same thing. Just followed out. Jeez. Looks the same as the rest of them. Last spark plug, cylinder number 1. This thing didn't misfire, so it would suck if it started now. One thing I've done in the past is just kind of take my chances and see what I can find at the auto parts store. I usually ask the parts guy that looks most competent, and I said, hey, I got a hose. This is the dimensions. See what you can find. Use your imagination. I was able to get this. It was about 15 bucks. Gates radiator hose. Look at that. Almost a perfect fit. This has about the same rigidity as it, so I think we'll be good to go. Just gonna trim this up and make it work. Woohoo! Sweet, 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 sweet. All right. Now that the overly involved tune-up is done, let's do an oil change on this Haas. First of all, this car's on level ground. I haven't touched the drain plug or the oil filter. Yep, she's a little low. Oh, is that coolant? All radiator leaks. Well, fancy seeing you here. One of the things that I thought was interesting is, why is there tape holding on the oil filter housing? Radiator leaks. Wow. Well, that's a good sign. Just gonna knock this wrench into this oil now. It's got all new brakes. All new brakes though. I can smell the oil from up at the bench. Oh, let's fill it up with the cheapest oil and backup oil, and then move on to the sway bar link in the back. And I want to do one last thing before we go for our maiden voyage, and that's replace that busted sway bar link right here. Hopefully this will be a quick repair, because this is a tight fit. There's your rear suspension clunk. Suspensia. Yeah. Tell you what, I have a little bit of suspensia right now. When you buy cheapest suspension parts you can buy. Haha! Haha! Yes! It's so close. So I have a solution. Here we have some 19-inch Mazda 6 wheels. These might look familiar because they're off my wife's car. Let's check the oil if it starts. It's got 1 volt. I have to jump the jump starter with another battery, but I don't know where my jumper cables are. Oh, good. That's great. Haha. All right. Maiden voyage. And I haven't driven a stick in a little while. I have no idea if this car will overheat or anything. No knocks, we got no gas. Zippy. I think we'll just go to the gas station. Brake pedals there still. I don't hear any engine noise. Speed. It's really not that bad. It's zippy. Hopefully this thing has heat. It's cooling off outside really quick. Oh, here we go. First time testing the brakes. Good thing there's a brand new truck in front of me. Oh, clutch is really good. He wasn't wrong. Turbo. Do you hear that? Oh, got a Cobb tuner on it, and it's got like $48 and change in it. Is zippy. Runs really good. That sway bar link getting replaced was a must do. I mean, not just like a should do, a must do. Who knows how the rest of the suspension is going to hold up. The front end is tight. I'm sure the struts are trashed. And the control arm bushings are probably trashed. But, I mean, the whole rear suspension needs to be completely rebuilt. But, for a beater, I mean, you don't need to rebuild rear suspension if it's a beater. Oh, that's the rear shocks being completely blown out. And it has 19-inch wheels that are wider than factory. Oh, I was just chilling in fourth. Oh, that is not happy back there. This thing runs really good though. I mean, not upset about that. No suspension left. Brake check. Well, the brakes are fair at best. Brand new, I mean. Probably need to get bled out again, but not mad about it. $500 car. Suspension's trash. Trash. Clutch. Engine, transmission, not trash. Engine, transmission, not trash. Everything else on the car, trash. Turbo! Turbo good. Turbo good. I'm gonna put gas that this car doesn't deserve in it because why not? Then we're gonna wash it. Oh, the suspension. I'm sure the suspension's just moving like everywhere. It just moves, goes wherever it wants. Here it is in all its glory. The Rusty Speed 6. And it rips. And it's got brand new brakes. Look at that, metallic. Ugh, such a good looking car. Probably gonna have to buy another one eventually someday. Probably not gonna give my wife her wheels back. This car looks really good with them. Okay, one last pull. Oh, it sounds so good. Police, hello police. Oh yeah. Dang, this car is fun. If it wasn't so rusty, I would probably be ordering more parts tonight. But instead, I'm actually going to be putting it up for sale. Yeah, I sold it already. Celebratory beer.